The sweet aroma of adirasam, those infused with the fragrance of cardamom and jaggery, wafted upwards like a tantalizing cloud, it tickled the senses of the goddess. She descended from heaven to grab the
Oh my
plate.
God.
But this is how I made it. You need 2 cups of raw rice to make this adirasam. First, soak 2 cups of raw rice, wash it well, and you can soak it for 2 to 3 hours. Generally, raw rice doesn't take much time to get softer, so minimum 2 hours to a maximum of 3 hours is perfect. After soaking it well, you can drain it the water and spread it on a towel. Just let it be there for 25 to 30 minutes. The idea is to just drain the excess water and not to dry the rice. While the rice is still moist, you need to blend and make the rice flour. The important step to get a perfect adirasam is the rice has to be moist. So I make this rice flour in small batches and I sieve it to get a fine powder. So finally little grainy rice is left over, so I add some rice flour to help that grind. Then I grind everything together. I have grinded 4 cardamoms along with this rice. Now the rice flour is ready for the recipe. Just press it well to lock the moisture and keep it covered until you make the jaggery syrup. For every 1 cup of rice, you can measure from 3/4 to 1 cup, more or less will be fine. I have taken slightly less than 1 cup. 2 cups of jaggery and a half cup water to melt. So I am going to strain this and transfer it to a wider container. The jaggery syrup melts and starts to boil. You can keep a bowl of water to check the consistency. To get the soft ball consistency what we need, it will take at least 25 to 30 minutes. At the first stage, when you drop the syrup, it's going to melt in the water. Checking after 5 minutes, I drop the jaggery syrup again. Now the syrup is slightly thicker. I am able to gather it, but I can't hold the shape. So it's all dripping. We need a soft ball. I roll it with my fingers. I should be able to get a ball, soft ball. So it's still melting. So this is the next trial. Now it is more thicker, and if I roll it with my fingers, I am getting a ball which doesn't melt. As I roll it, it's getting harder and harder. So this is the stage you need. Once you reach this consistency, you need to do other things very quickly as the jaggery syrup will keep hardening. You can keep all necessary things around the stove so it is easy for you to keep adding it. I have added 1 teaspoon of dry ginger powder and a tablespoon of sesame seeds and a teaspoon of ghee. You can also add cardamom powder if you wish, or both together. Now I drop the rice flour little by little and mix very quickly. Generally, this doesn't form lumps, but you need to blend it well, the flour and the syrup together. If you're a beginner, just take help from someone to drop the rice flour while you mix because it's difficult to do both together. Blend the rice flour with the jaggery syrup. The syrup has absorbed the flour well. I drop some more and mix well. So totally I have taken 1 1.5 minute to for this mixing process. The quicker the better because the jaggery will harden very quickly. Keep stirring to blend the rice flour with the jaggery. As I'm stirring, so I feel my spatula is slightly difficult to move because the jaggery is thickening. So I will turn off the heat now and put the container back on the stove so that mild heat will be enough to form a dough. So when to turn off the heat, it depends on your own container, the jaggery type and the flame you have used. So I'm trying to blend the rice flour well with the jaggery because I can see few rice flour here and there which is not blended well. So I'm going to blend this well and transfer it to a different container. And this consistency looks perfect. Since this traditional snack is always made the next day, so we need to keep this dough in a flowy consistency so that it hardens the next day. I have used organic jaggery powder for this recipe. If you have ball jaggery, you can grate it and measure it. This is how the dough should be in a folding consistency. Transfer it immediately to another container. See how well it folds. This is also known as the ribbon consistency. The dough should be flowy the first day, so it will be perfect for the next day. The well fermented dough will puff up like a puri and you get a very nice and soft adirasam with a crispy texture outside and soft inside. As you can see, the dough which was in the bottom of the pan is already thickened and it's no more in the flowy consistency. So it's very important that you immediately transfer to another container and don't take more time to blend the rice flour and jaggery. Now I have transferred all the dough to a different container and just rubbing a quarter teaspoon of ghee on the top so it doesn't get dry up. The dough is non-sticky as you can see and keep it open till it cools down. Don't close when it is hot. So after few hours I am just closing it. So the next day it is perfect to make. This might look dry, but when you start rolling it, it softens. This dough can be kept for maximum 1 week outside in the room temperature. Just take care not to put wet spoons or wet hands. In some rare cases, the dough may take 2 or 3 days also to form a perfect dough. You can make all the adirasams at one time, or you can keep the dough and make few every day and enjoy hot adirasams. Just roll it one by one and flatten it using a butter paper or a banana leaf. Don't make it very thin. You can flatten it with your hands or you can use the bottom of a bowl which has a flat bottom. You can use that to press it. Here I have kept two batches ready for frying. Traditionally, adirasams are fried in ghee to get the authentic taste, but here I am using oil. Just checking the first one. It should puff up like a puri and the frying process is just like how you fry the puris. So one by one I am frying the adirasam. A well fermented dough will puff up like a puri. That's why adirasams are always made the next day. So you can press the excess oil like this in between two ladles, or there is a adirasam press available in Amazon. An adirasam press always removes maximum oil because this way the force applied is less, so you cannot press more oil. Generally, adirasams are fried one by one. Adirasams are a bit tricky snack because sometimes it breaks in the oil. Keeping the rice moist and cooking the dough to perfection gives you a perfect adirasam. Adirasams can never be made with ready-made rice flour as we make the murukku. This is the adirasam press I'm using, which I bought from Amazon. So this will remove the excess oil, but you should not leave the adirasam for longer time after taking from the pan. A few seconds are okay. As you leave it longer, the oil is going to get absorbed and the oil will not come out. Definitely, you might need some help to do this pressing, but if you have a imaginary two more hands like me, you can do it all by yourself. A general tip for this jaggery syrup making, it's advisable to cook the whole jaggery syrup in the low flame so that you don't give more heat to the vessel from the beginning. So the recipe is under your control. As everyone knows, the first stage of the syrup will be the string consistency, then it will go to the next stage. While the beginning process will be very slow, once it reaches a thicker consistency just before the soft ball, it's going to get very quickly harder and harder. So it's very important that you keep the flame in low. So the vessel is not overheated and it always retains a minimum temperature. Here I am trying to squeeze the oil twice. I press it with a spatula and again I put it on the adirasam press to remove the excess oil. Now I have almost completed frying all the adirasam. I have another tip to remove some more oil. Keep watching. Generally, adirasam absorbs a lot of oil, so it's good to use this adirasam press to remove the excess oil. If the oil is not removed, as it dries up, the oil will get absorbed in the adirasam. So I have removed this much of oil from the adirasam I made. And another tip is make the adirasam in the standing position like this and leave it for 1 or 2 hours. So some more oil will drain out. Keep it in a sieve. So this way a maximum possible oil I have removed. You don't have to put everything to remove oil. You can always taste a hot adirasam. It will just melt in your mouth. Another 2-3 spoons of oil has come out now. This way you can have a guilt-free adirasam. After this I have also placed them on a tissue paper so it absorbs some more oil. These adirasams have a crispy texture outside and it's soft inside. It will just melt in your mouth. Hope you all like this traditional South Indian snack recipe.